So, one of the most nerve-wracking parts about engaging in SEO, content marketing, writing blogs, and trying to get people to come to your website through content is the fact that it's very hard to predict, or almost impossible for most people to get some kind of prediction in terms of what the upside is. Everyone's aware that the upside is some form of traffic and leads and conversions eventually, but nobody's aware of sort of when or how. What we've done to combat this is create this spreadsheet here that you can see now. What you're looking at right now is the dashboard, which allows you to view the monthly organic traffic, leads, and revenues forecasted from content marketing activities. On top of that, we've also got realistic monthly revenue and traffic projections, and then an actual. So over time, not only are you looking at projections, but you can come back to the same template and track everything in one spot. So you'll see here, this is the dashboard. We have the KOB, which stands for keyword opposition to benefit. This is a very time-honored sort of concept in terms of how to structure your thoughts around what keywords to pursue, to write, to pursue for SEO, and what kind of opposition is there to sort of stop you from ranking, and what kind of benefit you'll get if you do that. So what we've done in our sheet is take this a step further and give you business metrics, so leads and revenue, so you can really quantify the benefit instead of just quantifying it in terms of traffic, which is sort of the way the old model works. So you can see on this page, the idea is that you would do your keyword research as you would with almost any other spreadsheet or SEO tool, or before you did content marketing, etc. And you would paste it all in here. From there, you would also paste in these other columns in yellow: your volume, keyword difficulty, the cost per click recommended by the software that you pulled this out, whether that's, say, Ahrefs or SEMrush, and the traffic value. And the traffic value is generally estimated by one of these tools. If it's not, we can leave a little formula for you if you send us a message on how to do that, if you don't get that from whatever tool you're using particularly. But generally, you'll find that most of them do that. The only other thing that is needed is your keyword difficulty, and that sort of is a gauge on how hard it is to rank in a certain search result for a certain keyword. So say a keyword difficulty of 63 is quite high, a keyword difficulty of 4 is very low. 63 ranking for that keyword is going to be much more difficult than others. So all of these in yellow would be filled out, and then you would presumably go through and match up intents. And this is all wrapped up into a formula for you that not only shows you, okay, for every keyword, here's the monthly revenue per keyword you'll get back. So if you were to rank number 1, you would get back this much revenue per month for that keyword. If you were to rank number 2, etc., you get this much back. What we've also done is wrapped it up into a priority score based on the value and the volume, giving you sort of a way to very quickly visualize what exactly should be written and why. The higher the priority score, basically, these are the ones that you should start with. The more important that keyword is to you. So what we're trying to do here is help to quantify for you exactly how to choose keywords based on value to the business, rather than an SEO value and saying, oh, traffic could be this, etc., etc. Traffic is one part of the equation, and that's great, but it's not the only part of the equation, especially if you're in a B2B SaaS scenario and you want to get a return out of this, and you want to show your co-founder, your marketing team, your boss, whoever it is, that you're engaging in these activities with thought and with purpose and with a goal. And you've actually thought through on a keyword level basis, not just as a whole, what exactly are we going to get out of this? What does these numbers potentially look like? And you've used the data available to give you a direction rather than guessing. So all of this that you see can all be understood and filled in from the Start Here tab. So you can see that basically anything in these sheets that's a yellow column is something for you to fill in either the first time or on a monthly basis. And everything else that's not, we recommend don't touch that at the moment. Don't fill it in unless you're very comfortable with how the model works. Maybe you've played with this a little bit and you're comfortable with experimenting. But in the beginning, the best thing you can do is come into the Start Here tab, go from top to bottom, read and understand the reasons we've got everything in here, and then plug in your particular metrics. Now, all the metrics that you'll need are going to come from your Google Analytics and or your Google Search Console or HubSpot, things like that, to help you get an understanding of exactly what your numbers are right now, to give you a good projection of the future. Now, your numbers right now may change, especially in terms of your conversion rates, your view to conversion and maybe your lead to conversion rate as well. And you can see we've set goals for this already, or rough numbers for you already. So current view to lead is 1%. Current lead to customer conversion rate is 20%. So if your sales teams get a hold of them, generally they're converting 20%. There may be more or less for you depending on your business type and how long your cycles are and all sorts of things. But this is to give you a rule of thumb to run off. So feel free to change all these in yellow. What that will do is then go ahead and update what happens in the dashboard over here, what kind of forecasts you get. Basically, all of this should just work very simply from, if you complete this first part, this first sheet here, you go to your KOB, you get your keyword research downloaded from something like Ahrefs or SEMrush, and you plug in the relevant columns here. From there, you will get the dashboard, which will produce this pretty visualization for you and give you something to run on. All of this up here in yellow is for you to fill in on a monthly basis, and it will change this very last actual organic performance and spend graph. And that will help you to see against these monthly revenue forecasts and these projections exactly where you are and how things are going over time. And you could pull all this through various tools, but now, for you, maybe your writers who might work out of this document, like you specifically, maybe be a marketer or someone, all of this can be plugged in here to keep track of it as well, so that it's all in one central spot. And you can review when you want to review this on a monthly basis or even a quarterly basis to say, hey, let's plug all these numbers in and see exactly where we're at, and then decide whether we pivot or whether we double down, or, whether we've not gone hard enough, or do we need to maybe do some more keyword research because we've covered whatever. Those sorts of things help you make these decisions with some actual information rather than gut check feeling and sort of that overwhelming feeling of directionless, being rudderless in terms of what do I write, when do I write it, etc. And that's the beauty of this template, really. I was going to answer those questions for you. So once you fill all this in, you're going to know where are my numbers at right now, and that's going to give you a really good idea of sort of where you're currently sitting. This KOB, once you've filled it in, you're going to decide what to write based on the keywords, right? You're going to look at your keywords, your competitors' keywords, potentially do some analysis there. Once you've got all this data in, you're going to be able to sort this out by priority score. And you're going to be able to say, okay, well, here's the order that I write things in based on the spreadsheet. I don't have to think any harder than that. Maybe if you're comfortable, you can choose it out of whack because you've got different business reasons, but you can essentially give this to a team and say, hey, I want 4 articles a month. That's 1 a week, roughly. I want to start powering through this. Here's the main keywords. Go and start looking at what we're going to produce on that, or talk about what you're going to start producing in that fashion. And as you go through that, you'll know, hey, we're producing for these keywords. The end goal is if we rank for all those, this is how much we get per month out of ranking for all those, $1,800 a month. And then we go to the next and the next and the next. And you can do this in stages, or you can do this as a sprint, or however you like. So you're going to know what to write, what order to write in exactly, what the potential benefit is for you in terms of leads and revenue for each particular keyword. And then going over to your dashboard, you're going to then know what does that look like as a total in terms of organic traffic forecasted, not just on a keyword level, in terms of leads and revenue forecasted as well. And then from there, in terms of the grand forecast, if we rank everything for this, that's great. You get the potential overall upside. You can then go down to this bottom rung when you're talking with your co-founder or teams or whoever and say, hey, the realistic projections that we get, if we do 10% of this and get 10% of this over the line, here's what we're going to start to get, out of search. So if we get 10% of the keywords in the last tab over the line and to page 1, that would be 45 keywords, page 1 or position 1, we'd be getting 2,500 visitors on average out of Google Organic. And that would lead us to, based on our current conversion rates, etc., $6,000 a month out of organic search, out of our content marketing efforts, right? So now you can see, well, that's the return I'll be getting monthly, right? 6,000. If I rank all this in position 4 or position 1 or whatever you rank it in. So that's going to obviously be extremely helpful. And then as you go through and you see all these projections, you can track those and change these values up here. And you'll see that if I change this to say, 20,000 instead of 2,000, you'll see a large spike over here in this bottom corner. The same as if I go marketing spend went to 40,000, big spikes there. So you can see how this is going to give you an ability to view exactly what you want to view and make adjustments and feel confident in how you go forward with your content marketing efforts. So that's it. I'm going to leave it there. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. Otherwise, enjoy the template, and we wish you the best of luck in your content marketing efforts.